in my heart and in my arms. You know what I'm used to. You keep me guessing the things that you do. I hope that they're true, 'cause I'm never gonna heal my past if I run every time it starts. So I need to know if I'm in this alone. Come on, baby, say it first. I need to hear. Say those words if I'm all that you desire. I promise there'll be fire. I need to hear you say it first. Come on, baby, do your worst, and I'll take me higher. So come on, darling, if you love me, say it first. I know you're right for me, but I'm waiting for everything in your world to align with my world.
Hello.
I think of you while I sleep. I dream of what we could be when we grow together unfold. 'Cause I'm never gonna heal my past if I run every time it starts. So I need to know if I'm in this alone. Come on, baby, say it first. I need to hear you say those words if I'm all that you desire. I promise there'll be fire. I need to hear you say it first. Come on, baby, do your worst, and I'll take me higher. So come on, darling, if you love me, say it first. Come on, baby, say it first. I need to hear you say those words if I'm all that you desire. I promise there'll be fire. I need to hear you say it first. Come on, baby, do your worst, and I'll take me higher. So come on, darling.
Hi, how are you?
If you love me, say it first.
It's nice to see you. Hope you're safe and well. I took a couple of days off as the divine requested to get some things done, do some processing and some healing. It's pouring rain outside. I love it. Do you hear that? It's so loud. Let's do this one. Actually, let me go through a few raw channels that I picked up before I go through more music mediumship. I heard a divine masculine say about his divine feminine, or think this, that she was his Morticia Adams. Like, basically she was the Morticia to his Gomez. I was just hearing something about the Bonnie to his Clyde. And then I also got a flash of Goose and Mav. some Maverick talk. Yeah, that too. Okay, so subsequently, I heard something. I've heard this over the last couple of weeks. It's something about take the mick, to take the mick out of somebody. I had to look it up. It means like to poke fun at somebody, to take the mick or the mickey out of somebody. I bet I heard take the mick, to take the mick out of somebody. Honestly, it felt like a British term for some reason. I don't know why. I just don't feel like I've heard that spoken in the United States. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it's not something that I was familiar with. To take the mick out of somebody. Okay. Oh, is that what the lemming thing was about? I got it. That's funny. Hold on. Hello. Okay. Another message to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That's partially what the rest. There was a message this week of like vacation energy that came out also, so just take a bit of time if you need. Also, something about tenure came out. I heard tenure. There was something that came up this morning. Somebody was speaking something that was not only inaccurate factually, but dangerous to be trying to teach people about inaccurately. And I mentioned something about it. I also heard something back that they were speaking on something that is a specialty of mine. It's in my username, in fact. So we won't get too deeply into that. But I heard tenure. And somebody was either telling this person that I have tenure, or I think really what was happening is because this person isn't stupid. She was realizing that I have tenure in regards to this topic and the situation, meaning I have a direct line of access and communication. She was speaking rhetoric that was inaccurate from a book somewhere that is either outdated or was never correct. And I heard something about tenure. Either she's realizing that she's incorrect, or she will. Hopefully she realizes it, because if she doesn't and she keeps perpetuating that, then any negative karma that comes from telling people to call on fallen angels will also directly befall her, especially as somebody claiming to be a reader and a practitioner, or somebody who's in touch with those beings. Because somebody who's in touch with those beings wouldn't be doing that. Okay. Careful. That was a red flag for me. Scrolling for music, and that pops in my face. Don't pee in my Cheerios! With the angels. Tenure. It's not really about that. It's more about the safety of other people. You don't want people to be going into dark things that they don't realize they're doing. Whoops. Not my whoops. Okay. The other thing I heard was Grindr. Something about Grindr. I had to look this one up. I knew, based on what I was picking up, it was some kind of like hookup or dating website. But actually, I had a chat with the police about it yesterday, so I knew enough to not ignore it. I knew it was a setup attempt, so I let them know. Grindr is apparently like a hookup site or a dating site for gay, straight, or bi people. And what I was getting downloads on was that somebody was making fake accounts and putting people who aren't even gay, straight, or gay, bi, or whatever it is. On the LGBTQ plus spectrum. They were putting straight people on there, I guess, to like set them up or something. For what? I don't know. To be targeted by people they're not interested in, obviously, as a straight person, or to be what? So people think that they're like secretly trying to hook up as a gay person? Like, what is this? What even is this? No. I don't know who did it too, or was thinking about it. So there was that. Grindr. Be mindful. Now, specifically, this was a dangerous thing because the grinder, I believe, if I understand, based on the quick Google search that I did, they type in like an address or a zip code. And so that sends people in your location or the location of that person around to hook up with them. It's potentially dangerous. There's a video in my video section, actually. It was an ABC News video where this happened. This old woman was angry that a young family with 2 babies bought a house that she wanted, and so she listed this young wife and mother on Craigslist as not a prostitute, but she stole this young woman's photo and claimed that she had this weird rape fetish fantasy and that she wanted some man to basically kick in her door and rape her as part of some fantasy. But the woman who lived at the house had no idea that her name and photo was being used. And so this woman, who was jealous of the new homeowners because she had initially wanted to buy that house for herself, was trying to set this young innocent mother, this young wife, up to be sexually assaulted by some man who thought he was just fulfilling a consensual half of a rape fantasy. Really, she was setting a man up to rape another woman and setting a woman up to be assaulted with no consent. Quite the opposite, in fact. So, heads up. So I picked up, it was the same little clique that was doing the other stuff, too. Next! Somebody's asking why. 2 things. Now, if they were thinking about it, they'll think twice. And if they have done it already, or they have not the common sense to stop, at least people know. At least people know. They know that people were trying to set other people up, and they know, A, to send the authorities whatever information on the people who did the setting up that they need to, because they know it was a setup, and B, to dismiss the slander against the innocent person. Setup fumbled. Preemptive strike. Not sorry to burst that bubble. Oh, also, you know why I let the police know when I'm called to when things like this come up? Because in the past, when they weren't so sure if they should dismiss me, understandably so, to a degree, everything played out the way I said it did and would. So now they know better. Why? Because I have physical evidence to back up what I'm saying. So now they know that the things that I say always come to pass and pan out. Whoops. Not my whoops. People have learned that they should have listened sooner. Let's do this one. You're... Hello. As a gay man, I can say they were putting people on Grindr that weren't gay, and so I would assume that probably people that aren't gay also use it, or maybe people like, I've had somebody after me that has made fake accounts of me that is bisexual or in the closet, and it's one of those situations where he wishes he could be outwardly gay or at least bisexual, but he comes from a very strict Catholic family. I think that says a lot. I don't think I need to explain that much further. And so I feel like the reason he's hateful towards females is he resents women for being able to be openly feminine, because that's often expected of women, but it's not very masculine, or it's kind of gay in his Catholic family with his father that's from the South and his brother who was in the military. Oh, and also this abuser, this bisexual, closeted abuser. Yeah, he tried to go into the military and the military rejected him. So I think he's mad at women. Especially since as a woman, I'm still more of a man than he was ever and will ever be. I think that pisses him off.
Baby, it's the midnight.
My existence emasculates him, so he felt the need to what? Erase mine. Defeminize me, emasculate me back. What a bitch move. Come on, man.
Something about the summer night. Maybe it's the stars up there. Maybe say what's on my mind. I love the way you twist your hair. I'm seeing how you roll your eyes. I'm watching how your cheeks turn red. It's me and doing something.
P.S. I don't care what your gender orientation is. Most of my friends growing up were gay or bi or mostly gay, somewhere on the spectrum. In fact, a lot of them rented rooms in a house together, so I'd go over there and like all the roommates were gay and we'd all just hang out with the kitten. A bunch of gay guys and a kitten. I don't have a problem with that. It's not about your gender. It's about your treatment of other people. I'd say the same thing if you were straight. Don't be an asshole.
I just roll in. Cardinal, you look so good. This must be a blessing. I just had to take a second step aside and get my and let you know. Promise that I just roll in. This goes well and we can be alone. Rolling up and burning extra sorrow till the morning, feeling like I had to come and let you know. Maybe you were heaven sent, or maybe it's a waste of time. But I'm willing to take that bet. So darling, will you roll the dice? You already know you're a 10 and it shows. Everyone hoping you won't get along. Just darling, you can say too much. 'Cause I can never say enough. I just go with better now you look so good. This must be a blessing. I just had to take a second step aside and get my and let you know. Promise that I ain't just going small. Let's go.
Okay, so the first card that's so funny comes out is the High Priestess. You have this secret knowledge, trust your gut, and so the way I just raw channeled, yeah, see through lies and manipulation. Well, I did. I even let the cops know. I'm not a witch. I'm your wife, it says. High Priestess. Anything else? Want to know for the light workers? Hi. How are your travels? Safe, I hope. Strength. Use your courage, confidence, and passion. It's all about strength of mind. Fuss. I think he likes to scream at us. Yeah, it was this nasty little nitpicky karmic energy. Yeah. No. Thank you very much. Also, thank you. Nails. Stop judgment. Hanged Man, the Hermit. Ooh. Okay. So, I've also been picking this up. I won't get too deep into it. keeping out of trouble. I'm not the one who starts trouble. Ladies don't start fights, but I will finish them. I would prefer nobody bark up my tree, though. Queen's gotta do what a queen's gotta do, and I will do what queens do. I will rule. I hear the sirens, aptly timed based on the channels and the cards I'm about to share with you. Let's go. I'm not the one who starts the problems, like I said. Confirmation. Judgment. Okay, so these people, my darlings, they're in big trouble right now. Oh, so much trouble. They're catching karma. And in some cases, that does mean in the judicial system. That's part of their karma on Earth. Now for us, so two ways to read these. They're being stalled out, the Hermit and the Hanged Man, like isolated, stuck, nobody to help them, nobody to support or protect them, because the same people they were allying with to hurt people are in trouble individually, or getting karma individually or with them. Together as a group, because that's what they did. They were toxic and abusive and criminal as a group. So that's one. Two, for us, things have slowed down on levels for a reason, meaning we have had the space for some to travel. Maybe where you did not before. Maybe your schedule was tied before. For others, it is, maybe it's both. For others, this is maybe whatever targeting that you were experiencing slowed down. They're also being tied up with other things right now, a lot of them. Or they've been busy trying to dodge it, the Hermit, right? Like trying to dodge the cops and stuff. Okay. Then you have the rest, the vacation. Maybe it's actually going on a vacation for some. Maybe it's just actually taking some time to handle some things, work on some projects, etc. Let's do one more shuffle. Stop. Oh, that's a blank card. Hold on. Okay. That's a blank card. That's a blank card. Those are title cards. What's that? Beginning and end. End of an old cycle and story. Got it. Thank you. Love you. New, fresh start, beginning. Okay. Okay. Got it. It's like the credits in a movie. But like a new sequel or a new movie or... Yeah. Temperance. Got it. Okay. The Fool. Only fools in courses. The Fool. Fresh start, new beginning, double confirmation. And justice. You got judgment and justice. Temperance. Because things are being balanced out. They're being hung out by their pants to dry. And we get to go free. You're welcome. What color their tidy whities are. I guess we'll find out when we see them strung to the top of the flagpole by the divine. I'd call that a spanking. Spiritually speaking. Moving on. Sky Daddy, those karmics were mean. Oh, I got you, boo. Don't worry. They thought it was funny. God's not playing anymore. what has happened. I'm just reminding some of the lurkers that they definitely have some things to sweat, and it's not me. Like, maybe it is actually. But good luck, I'd say. If I knew they had any good riddance, I'll say, since they don't. Moving on. I could write a song about this. Just jot it down as a chapter in my autobiography. It'll be a good chapter. Funny, I'll make them the butt of the joke. I did not play this, but it's playing. It's Atlantic.
I could treat you like you deserve, show you I'm devoted, swear to love you deeper than you ever know. Honey, you're such a keeper, give you all my focus. You're the one I like to build a future in a home with. So if you're down, I'll be round in a minute. No rush, I'll be you in a minute. Let me have your hand forever. You and I, we go together like 2 beats of the drum. Yeah, 2 seats in the front of the Jeep. You can drive if you want.
Don't
Wishing the mind is still on you inside a white dress. If you move out, send you some flowers. Ain't no flood cars, ain't nothing that could define it. If you're down, I'll be round in a minute. No rush, I can meet you in the night.
How's your uncle, Trinity?
You and I, we
Yeah.
go together like 2 beats in the drum. Yep. 2 seats in the front of the Jeep.
What's up?
No one else, just you and me. You can drive if you want, or I can take the wheel and we can try to make a run for it. You can drive if you want.
How are you? Are you good? I know it was kind of probably stressful.
You and I, we go together.
Hi, Coconuts. How are you? What's up?
You and I, we go together.
Just don't give up. Sometimes
You
there
and I belong.
are rainy days. Actually, I'm raining outside right now. You see? But don't give up. Keep going. Pray. Somebody's angry. Why are you so angry? I think it's funny, actually. Okay. Yeah, my first go-to would be to ask for clarity and guidance and help releasing anything that you need to let go of and being more open to anything that would better serve your highest good. It's a good place to start. For starters. are you asking him? You're saying he's creepy for asking how old I am. Gotcha. That's no shade to that. I'm used to people calling me creepy or weird. I just own that at this point. Works for me. Ooh! Spooky bitch. Or witch. They think I'm a witch. Better be careful or cast a spell on you. Am I joking or not? Breaking Benjamin is before my time. Oh, you're saying that to me? Breaking Benjamin is before my time, little girl. No, don't delete his comments. Leave those right there. Let's embarrass him. Breaking Benjamin is before your time. Just from this tiny little screenshot, looks like this is an old man. I know I look like I'm 21 years old because that's what the last guess was. 19. No, 19. It was 19. But I'm actually 33 and I listened to this in high school. So I don't know how it was before my time when I was jamming to this when I was 15. Thanks for saying I look hot though.
Darling's Kia is your #1 Kia dealer in Maine, and we've got something for...
Rude. Bet I can't say the same for you. Ew. Where'd all your hair go? Yeah, you didn't age well. You know why? It's because you're mean. And the one post that you made, absolutely I am. You're not. You're not. Why? I can't possibly be born in 1992 because you look bad. Oh, I am. You just look bad because you're mean. And your ugly spirit showed on the outside, sir. Move along. You can leave him right there, Bri, but yeah. At this point, just ignore the trolls. Thanks for making my point, though, and my night. That was funny. I got a 12-year-old daughter, too. Wouldn't guess, would you? What do I look like, a teenager to you? Why are you here, then? If I look so young, why are you in here? Why are you in my live feed if I look so young? That's creepy. Why are you harassing a young girl? Ooh, you creepy old man. Move along. I didn't play this. This is Chokehold by Sleep Token. But... Vinny. Yeah. I think that was hilarious. Hold on. Why do I hear this? I got one for you. I bet you like this, Brian. I don't know why I hear this right now. Usually it's because somebody's like, Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get them peepers? Where'd you get them eyes, dude? But as far as songs go, country or not, it's pretty cute. heard that. You schooled that old man. He shouldn't have come here and barked up my tree. Rude.
Driving through town, just my boy and me, with a happy meal in his booster seat.
Excuse you, sir, are you lost? Welcome to Alex's Wonderland. You're in my tea corner now. Buckle up. Sounds like you're in for a bumpy ride. And a very rude awakening. Maybe you'll learn some things about yourself while you're here. Don't recommend it.
It started with S, and I was concerned. So I said, son, now where'd you learn to talk like that? He said, I've been watching you, that ain't that cool. I'm in buckaroo, I wanna be like you. And eat all my food and grow as tall as you are. We got cowboy boots and camo pants, yeah, we're just alike. Hey, we dance. I wanna do everything you do. 'Cause I've been watching you. We got back home and I went to the barn. I bowed my head and I prayed real hard. Said, Lord, please help me help my stupid self. When this I bedtime later that night, turning on my son Scooby-Doo nightlight. He crawled out of bed and he got down on his knees. He closed his little eyes, spread his little hands, spoke to God like he was talking to
Short man syndrome. Spoke to God like he was talking to a friend. Also, that there's a message in that for the person asking about praying. You could try that too. Like if you don't feel like you're uncomfortable talking to God, just pause for a second and think of how you would vent to a friend. Like if you were upset about something or you needed advice about something, how would you word it to a friend? Try it. Start there. Ask. Be kind and nice, but be genuine. Subsequently, closest Benny got to a girl in years. Yeah, also the short man syndrome, that's called Napoleon complex in psychology. Or little big man syndrome. He's definitely overcompensating for something. Happy Friday. What an interesting way to choose to spend a Friday, though, wouldn't you think? I'm just hanging out in my kitchen. What's his deal? That goes for anybody in that energy. It's not a one-person issue. I'm just asking for a friend. What's up? Something wrong with you? Cool. This one. Interestingly enough, I had this in the queue from earlier. I heard a clairaudient man. No, it makes more sense, which is really funny. Thought he was gonna pick on some teenage girl in a live feed. Oops. Not my oops. Baby, I'm the wolf, right? Hey, babe. Am I Spider-Man? It's funny you ask that. No, you don't have to go to church. Am I about to cast some spells? Do I look like a witch? I told you. I knew it was coming. Ooh, spooky bitch! It's been uncommon to not hear it at least once a night. Pretty regularly at this point. First of all, Spider-Man, no. However, I was cleaning today and I walked right over here and a spider went, just dropped right down, almost right on my head, on a string of silk. It's funny you were going to drop that. I had a feeling somebody was. So one thing I didn't say was no, not Spider-Man. Definitely about to play with some Harley Quinn in a minute. Somebody's angry. Why are you mad? I'm curious to know. Let's do this one. Hi, how are you? My favorite Pokemon, it's been a long time, but my favorite one was the water evolution of Eevee, usually. Like the water creature that she evolved into. It's been a long time. I used to play when I was little. Can you imagine? Breaking Benjamin is beyond your time. First of all, Breaking Benjamin is not even that old. And second of all, no, it's not. Can you? I'm so confused. Are people really that out of touch? I heard that. I heard, no, you just look damn good. Thanks. That was hilarious. Right in my left ear. What's happening, rude boys? You ready to blast off, mate? Let's do this one. I don't know what that was. Pokemon. Right. I think Pokemon's probably older. I don't know. What? Drum and bass? Oh. Better be careful or I'll eat you. Rawr. Got dragon nails today. Don't worry about it. I'm joking, by the way. I wouldn't waste a perfectly good manicure on such foul people. It's raining outside. Let them get taken away by a windstorm. Going with you. Is that noise? That infernal racket I heard. Yes! What is that? I did not pick that. The spirits are hilarious tonight. They didn't like that very much. Oh, you know why? Wait, what was that? Didn't it say goddess or something? Yeah. It was saying some kind of like goddess meditation. No, it was not. It was not. No. The moon goddess. No, it was not. I almost pulled my Celine necklace out, but everything else I have on is gold, so it wouldn't go. No wonder they didn't. That infernal racket! You guys are hilarious. Game of Thrones. Don't worry. Hold on. Let's pull this out. I do have some more channels, but I'm going to hold off on those. Uh-oh. Why? Why are you saying that? I heard don't be mad. What did you do? Hey, I don't know about that. When you started off like that, you make me question you. Don't be mad. What did you do? Where is that? There it is. Somebody's mad. In case you hadn't caught that, and I'm absolutely just done dealing with everybody's shit, so we're moving on. There's your little crybaby. Here's your tiny violin. From now on, I'm just blocking and removing toxic people. I was just going to say nauseating people, but yeah, noxious people. Obnoxious, too, at that. Toodles. Being in my presence is a privilege. They don't have it. Don't be a buzzkill. cute. Oh, got some other stuff on my sleeve. It's not today. I got a crown today. How is everybody? Pretty good. Can you
The 4-in-1 table.
hold on, let's do this. A dragon fae today. Let's do. Let's do this one. I heard this earlier too.
You walked into the room and now my heart's been stolen.
Interesting. Okay, give me a couple.
You took
What does
me
divine
back
masculine
in
say?
time to when I was
What does divine
unbroken.
masculine want to say?
Now you're all I
What about
want,
divine feminine?
and I knew it from the very first moment. Cause the light came on when I heard that song, and I want you to sing it again. I swear that every word you sing, you wrote them for me. Like it was a private show. I love you, never sorry. When the lights come on and I'm on my own, will you be there to sing it again? Could I be the one you talk about in all your story? Can I be held? I heard there was someone, but I know he don't deserve you. If you were mine, I'd never let anyone hurt you. No. I wanna dry those tears, kiss those lips. It's all I'll be thinking about.
Oh wait, what? Oh no. Singing again. Oh no. Recently, he's got a kid, doesn't he? That's so sad to hear. I don't enjoy hearing stuff like that. That's awful. I mean, thank you for telling me, but I always get disappointed for people. Yeah, I think he's got, I know he does. He has kids, right?
Score.
Oh, shh. Yeah, he's very good. That's interesting. I don't think it's about the genre. I think it's just people in general. It shows, celebrities show all the time that money can't buy happiness. That's not it. I mean, like, you can do things that are fun and enjoyable with money. You can alleviate financial stress, which is often a very common reason for people arguing or having conflict. Stress, tension. So yeah, that does alleviate some of that, but there are wealthy people all the time that overdose or that commit suicide, and it's because they had all that money and they were still lonely. At that point, it can be even more lonely, because then you have more people vying at you for the wrong reasons, for fame, for money, for attention. Well, it's fame. So yeah. You can strive for those things, success and enough resources and what have you, but don't lose sight of that. Otherwise, you just end up chasing goals, never ever happy. You can never feel like you can enjoy what you've accomplished or where you are, because you're always chasing the next best thing. And then you're still never happy. Those are the people who burn out in the end, usually. In one way or the other, usually drugs or suicide, or both. Or overdose, something. Get involved with the wrong crowd. Not always, but it's a very common story. That lifestyle comes pretty consistently with a pattern for a lot of people. Sometimes they get thrown into it too early. It's not always that people like make it and then it's not enough. They just kind of get thrown into that lifestyle and like that's what they know, and they don't know anything else, so they just try to numb whatever it is that they're feeling or use drugs to feel something else. So it's different for different people, but at the core, money doesn't buy happiness. You have to create that foundationally. That way money can amplify happiness. It's like I live a very Shaolin monk lifestyle on levels. I don't drink once in a blue moon, usually to celebrate. I don't drink if I'm like in a bad mood or and I'm whatever the case may be. I don't drink to make myself feel better. I don't ever drink alone. And it's also very infrequently. Like Shaolin monks lived a very clean lifestyle. They ate typically vegetarian, vegan lifestyles. They didn't do anything that wasn't good for them, but they knew how to celebrate after a war battle that they won, came home surviving. And so do I. Somebody says there are absolutely other times to celebrate. However, when you've been in the middle of people using lawfare and psychological warfare and all kinds of other things, where you've needed to keep kind of a sharp eye out, keep vigilant, you've needed to stay steps ahead of them to survive, which meant being sharper than the people trying to cut you down, so to speak. Sharper. Yeah, well, I tended to avoid that. Also because the abuse that they inflict is very damaging to the brain. And then alcohol is a neurotoxin, so it does more damage to the brain. It kind of is counterproductive. So if you're looking to reduce inflammation to help regenerate neural structure and elasticity or neuroplasticity, then putting poisons in the brain or neurotoxins, and otherwise brain poison, is counterproductive. You're causing more inflammation and damage at that point. And so again, once in a while, but typically speaking, to celebrate.
Dear Emily, I really want to write this carefully. Now that we're...
Somebody says, I didn't know all that about the brain and that Yeah, once you know all that, it makes my choices make a bit more sense, doesn't it? Yeah. I heard, so you're not a prude, you're just doing it for health reasons. Uh-huh. And longevity. Right? The people who drink alcohol and smoke cigarettes tend to age and die more quickly. It is the same reason that their skin tends to show signs of aging faster than people who don't age. The same thing with people who spent their time just baking in the sun and refusing to wear sunscreen or any kind of sun protection, slathering themselves in like oil and or going to tanning beds and whatever. They usually look old much faster, sooner, even younger ages than your average person who doesn't do that. And it's kind of the same reason as drinking and smoking cigarettes, except for you can see it on the outside. It's the shortening of the telomeres or damaging the cells. Telomeres, they're called. It's like the life force of the cell. Pretty much. Much more to it than that, but you want them nice and long and juicy.
Family, it's only you, your mom and me, dear Emily. We're gonna live forever happily. I'm gonna ask your mom to marry me, but there's some things you need to know.
Okay, this is the song. It sounds like he's writing to his daughter. He has kids, right?
But Papa was a rolling stone, playing in a sold-out show, yeah. It's taking all the highs and lows, but living with an empty soul, yeah.
Ah, there. Okay, taking all the highs and lows, but living with an empty soul.
And if you ever read the things they wrote, I hope that you can let them go. I was living in a different world before I had my little girl, yeah. Emily, when I hear you cry, I'll sing you back to sleep. Did you know you inspire all my melodies? You make me a better man than I'll ever be, ever be, because of you, Emily. Dear Emily, I saw you way before you came to me, 'cause I picked out your name and wrote it on paper. I needed life, and life came and gave me Emily. Will I be good enough for you? The truth is I'm afraid of everyone and anything that could hurt you, oh, Emily. If you ever feel lonely, just sit next to me. Since we brought you home with us, you're everything. You make me a better man than I'll ever be, because of you, Emily, yeah.
Okay.
When I'm looking at your tiny feet, I feel your heartbeat here inside of me. I feel a love that I just can't believe. Oh, when I hear you cry, I'll sing you back to sleep. I know you inspire all my melodies. You make me a better man than I'll ever be, because of you, Emily.
Somebody says, what are you laughing at? The song is sad. I don't know, given the context. I don't know. Not this. I just have the giggles. It's a good vibe. Don't kill it. Look, I'm starting to cry. I have tears in my eyeballs. Somebody says from laughing. Yes. Not quite. I feel them in the corners. Means we're on a roll. Let's kick it. Let's do. Oh, my cheeks. Ow. I'm not complaining. I heard this clairaudiently. This makes sense now. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Cheers. Got you, Chong. I got some fairy dust for you. Sparkles. Dragons. Dragons. I don't know if it'll pick up. This was one, I heard it early this morning, shortly after I got up, clairaudiently. It's pretty loud too, actually. I had to back search the lyrics, so I couldn't quite remember which song it was. The title makes sense, it's called Life of the Party.
Love it when you just don't care. I love it when you dance like there's nobody there. So when it gets hard, don't be afraid. We don't care what them people say. I love it when you don't take no. I love it when you do what you want, 'cause you just said so. Let them all go on me. We don't care what them people say. We don't have to be ordinary. Make our best mistakes. We don't have the time to be sorry. So baby, be the love of the party. I'm telling you to take your shot. It might be scary. Hearts aren't gonna break. 'Cause we don't have the time to be sorry. So baby, be the love of the party. Together we can just let go. Pretend like there's no one else here. There'll be no slow dance for love as the club track plays. We don't care what the people say.
I got you.
We don't have to be
Ready.
ordinary. Make our best mistakes. We don't have the time to be sorry.
Ooh, you know what I'm hearing? Interesting. I have not heard of Matthew Field, you said, Bri? I haven't heard this in a while. I like this one. I do have a few more, but not many. These were all clairaudient, but I'll take that track if you want to send it now. Somebody's very angry. Why are you so mad? Isn't that a song, Brad? So why are you so mad? Oh. I'm not even going to get in. It doesn't matter. It's just jealousy. Very strange. Oh. Okay. Oh. Just got a flash of Matthew Mole. That's another artist. Some of you might like him for some of his stuff. Anyway. I heard that. Somebody says, have you eaten today? No. Don't be mad. Felt that. It's not my fault. Working on it.
Early morning, no clouds up in the sky. She's paranoid, but still she don't know why. Yeah, but still she don't know why. Yeah, it's fine. I know it burns inside. It's your decision, but still you make your mind. It makes it easier for you. Yeah, I know it's hard to swallow. I don't know if I'll be here tomorrow. Tomorrow, wait, tomorrow. Tomorrow, wait, tomorrow. I'll get you back at the message. Said I'm done calling and texting. Don't be so passive aggressive. You're gonna pass that aggression. We've been inside, been invested. How can I come to impress you? You're gonna know 'cause it's destined. You feel it in your intestine. I know it's hard to swallow. I don't know if I'll be here tomorrow. Tomorrow, baby, tomorrow. Tomorrow, baby, tomorrow. You can't scream loud enough, no, no, no.
He said it tasted like pepper, like spicy peppers, like black pepper. I don't think that was accurate. I think he got black pepper in his sandwich or avocado, or maybe it was guacamole. I don't know, but I don't. No. You know, something. No. Why am I hearing this? Avocado's not spicy. I almost just choked on my spit. Okay, so initially, this is somebody taking a sip of Sprite, and this was their response.
Why is it spicy?
That's a woman.
Why is it spicy? Why is it spicy?
I did joke. I spit that time. Whoops. My bad. Well, that one was my bad. I have linked it in the description. It's a woman. And so that's what I was seeing in my head and hearing when he said that. I'm like, sir, no, you need to try again. I don't know. Hold on, I'm going to drop it in the description. I still think that infernal wreck is hilarious. It's a good choice of words. They're very creative. Maybe it's just me. I bet you would like it in guacamole if it was made right. It's very easy. I can teach you if you want. Grinders. Not spicy captain. Let's do this one. I heard this one too in my ears. This was a band I used to listen to in high school, so my stomach just dropped. Somebody is upset.
Charlie.
I'm so excited to go hang out with myself. Don't kill my vibe. Love everybody else, though. This is Bayside. This is Masterpiece. Don't worry about it. It's the person who's worried about it that I just picked up on. That's not the problem. Don't worry about it. You're good. pictures in red and blue. Oh, that's funny.
Portrait bruised just like you. But now you're walking away, not 18. Any more 5 years should have been enough time
For you to grow up, get over it. It's not too cool to be throwing up all morning sick from what you might have done.
When is enough finally enough?
For the hang-ups and the heartbreak that you love.
When is enough
Finally
enough?
Experience our
Red
new
and blue, portrait of red and blue. And I didn't realize it, but I'm actually holding dragon's blood jasper, and then also this is sapphire, so this is green but also red, and then blue, red and blue. Dragon's blood, and then the sapphire. I hear sirens, I think, outside. Here's the song you asked for, Brian. Sounds pretty. Somebody's mad at me for not eating, I feel that. Don't. Is that you, Joe? Sushi salad!
Love isn't for you.
Oh, that's fine. That's called, hold on. There's a name for it. Let me think about it. A deconstructed. It's deconstructed sushi. That's what that is. It's like a sushi bowl. They actually have those. So don't worry about it. Was it good?
You can't love from afar. It's grand that you can't wait for life to begin. Cry because
I feel like you'll like this. Hold on.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. I think you'll understand when I say that something
Yeah, it's like a.
I want.
What are those called? A poke bowl, which is just like whatever sushi toppings kind of diced up and thrown in a bowl with rice, and yeah, it's like deconstructed sushi. It's fine. You're good. You made deconstructed sushi. Still had all the components.
Your hand. I wanna hold your hand.
Well, it is. It's a sushi salad.
I wanna hold
But it's
your
just like
hand. Oh, please.
in a bowl instead of rolled.
Say to me,
So your fail was a success. There was not a fail at all.
let me be your man.
You are wizard in the kitchen,
Please,
right? You thought you failed in making sushi, but then you made another ingenious creation on accident at that. You know, that's like how penicillin was made, so don't be hard on yourself. All kinds of great things are created by accident. Didn't you stumble across me? Just by happenstance, right? Hello. However that aligned.
to me. You'll let me hold your hand. Now let me hold your hand.
deep inside. It's such a feeling that my love I can't hide. I can't hide. I can't hide. You got that something. I think you'll understand when I feel that something. I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold you. You know what I hear? I love this song. It's just pretty. Sushi. I bet you were. Kelp? Yeah, you are a wizard, kitchen wizard. We love that. You did your first live collaboration. I'm catching up on the comments also. You never had sushi? And when and where did some guy give you green plastic looking cellophane stuff and say it was kelp? Because like, I do. I have nori in here, like sheets of nori, and it does. It does, like, it's like shiny. Is it that? Because that's not cellophane. And nori. Good snack. No. I think this is my favorite. It's teriyaki. It would be good with spice on it too. And sriracha. Are you happy? I'm eating. It's a mermaid snack. You should be happy. It's good for me. I'm going to make some more green juice soon too. It's full of vitamins. What do you mean it's not eating? Essential nutrients, man. Can I tell you? Wait. There's a story. Do you remember when everybody had to go under lockdown and the whole world had to shut down? Hello. I'm sure everybody remembers. Well, there were these guys who got arrested because they were out on the street. They were going to the bar. And the cops were like, no, you can't be out here. And they were like, yeah, we gotta go. We're going for essential drinkies. No. They called them essential drinkies to the cops. The cops did not find it very funny. I do. Not the fact that they were out doing what they were doing, but the fact that they called it when they called it. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Don't judge me. I heard that. Oh, over there with wings eating grass. It's not grass, it's kelp. There's mermaid tails and dragon scales. Mermaid salad. Yeah. Right. The sushi bowl. Exactly. Don't judge me. I heard that. Somebody's like, yeah, but usually people eat nori with like rice and sushi and shit on it. Well, it's also delicious as a snack. In fact, I need to go get more. Drink bong water than eat nori? Oh, my friend, that is a cardinal sin. Still love you though. We're funny, guys. You ready? Me? You better not. Sweaty sock. You're the sweaty sock. I've been here waiting for you. What? Don't be, ow. Don't I said people you don't like. What's up? You have a secret to tell me? Is that the geese or the sirens? I heard something carrying on the breeze. That's a siren. You. Ow. Oh, gosh.
Used to pray for rain just to stay inside. You wouldn't believe it, every move I made, I was terrified. Thought that every road I took had a bitter end. I just couldn't see it, I convinced myself, trying to trust again. It would be like trying to make a river run upstream, trying to make a mountain into a valley. That's what your love does to me. You make me feel like I never had my heart broken, like I never saw a door closing, like I never watched love run away on fire in the night like a pack of wild horses, like I never felt the tears rolling, like I never said ears open. I could find me someone who's gonna be real, who can make me feel wide open, like I never had my
Cause you make me feel like I've never been too much to handle. Roll the dice, you know love is a gamble. Feel like I always have to pour. It's like fire in your heart, I'm trying to relight that candle. My Cinderella, no question in this shit forever. Painting written letters, shedding tears while we sit together. Forget the pressure, know I love hard, I'm sick of legends. Stuck in rainstorms, I can get used to this different weather. Broken pieces, that was all I had. Girl, I promise now you all
like I never had my heart broken, like I never saw a door closing, like I never watched love run away on fire in the night like a pack of wild horses, like I never felt the tears rolling, like I never said ears open. I could find me someone who's gonna be real, who can make me feel wide open, like I never had my broken, like I never saw a door closing, like I never watched love run away on fire in the night like a pack of wild horses, like I never felt the tears rolling, like I never said ears open. I could find me someone who's gonna be real, who can make me feel wide open, like I never had my
Nice.
There's none of them strapped up right now. do. This one, and then I think, oh, hold on, we'll just play it by ear. Actually, I got one more for you. Forgot about that. So we have similar taste in shoes, is what you're telling me. What did you do with them after? He lost a bet. Eternal. And I want to know what did you bet? What kind of bet could you have lost where you had to dress up like that? What? Okay. Also, I've been hearing this one in my sleep.
Build a website.
I'm excited to sleep tonight too. I love my own company. I like my dreams too. More specifically, the dreamscape, the messages, connection to the divine, possibilities. Somebody's asking what I did with the spider. Then dropped on my head nearly. She was falling in front of me, moved. So she fell in front of me and I clipped her web with my fingertips. Not to hurt her, she didn't fall on the ground, but it was attached to the palm of my hands at that point. So just kind of carried her while she was still hanging from my hand at that point. No longer the ceiling. I just transferred her from the ceiling to my hand, that's all. And then stuck her outside. The cat got her safely. That was my first spirit totem that I was aware of. I couldn't figure out why all of a sudden, this was in 2000, maybe 13 or 14, probably 14 actually. Couldn't figure out why spiders kept like dropping on my head nearly, just like that, almost like right in front of me, or I would look up and they would have, if I hadn't looked up and moved, like I intuitively felt them there, they would have fallen on my head. And I couldn't understand why. And then all of a sudden it clicked that there was a spirit totem. It actually is. Spiders are Native American. They're a totem for many cultures, but Native Americans view them as divine feminine, like dreamweaver totems, somebody who can weave webs between both worlds and use their intuition very keenly also, for starters. Somebody said native. Yes, like Native American. Many cultures have belief in the spider totem, but that is a Native American one, the divine feminine reference, typically. Not all of them carry that one.
Stuck in a town where the mountains show No wonder my arms are still swinging.
Okay. I keep seeing Mr. Ballin in my mind's eye, so let's check. Oh, maybe that's for next time. I do feel like I need to link his stuff in the description box for some reason, so I'll do that, or at least here. Yeah, Central C. That's awful, dude. Yeah, that's not nice. What's your song, mate? Grandma's nightgown.
It's not just.
He's sensitive.
Baby, I'm Scotty. I could have been laid up with shorty, fucking the grind important. Told her I'm in the stew all night, whole tower reply in the morning. I'ma buy that drip times 2 for all of the times I couldn't afford it. All of the times I came out in rhymes, mad that I couldn't record it. Sex, money, drugs, I need all three. The life that I live 3D, the shit that you see on TV. If I say that I live my movie, I might make a DVD. The shit that we see daily, you see on BBC. It's getting easy, I might make a whole EP. I'm in the public eye, but I'm trying to move low key. I'm hearing the demons talk when I try and go to sleep. I let you in on my thoughts, but I don't want to go too deep. I'm showing the young G's things the oldest didn't show me. I'm getting GMs from you saying that you want to peak and you go OT. All glitter ain't gold, sugar and salt, it ain't what it seems. If you weren't there when they were asleep, then you wasn't part of the dream. I could have been laid up with shorty, fucking the grind more important. Told her I'm in the stew all night, whole tower reply in the morning. I'ma buy that drip times 2 for all of the times I couldn't afford it. All of the times I came out in rhymes, mad that I couldn't record it. Sex, money, drugs, I need it free. The life that I live 3D, the shit that you see on TV. If I say that I live my movie, I might make a DVD. The shit that we see daily, you see on BBC. Next that I sold you a dream, but baby, you shouldn't have bought it. It's not my fault, you got feelings that you should have caught. When I had no whip, she would've ignored. She gonna get wet when I put it in sport. It's too late though, you should have afforded the gift that I got from God's not taught. Part of the dream. Success, not greed. Obsessed with progress. I've been rock bottom, you don't wanna. Where I'm from, no hope. When they can't cope, they turn to dope. Where I'm from, you learn to trap before you learn to smoke. Could've been laid up with shorty, fuck it, the grind more important. Told her I'm in the studio all night, whole tower reply in the morning. I'm a guy that drip times 2 for all of the times I couldn't afford it. All of the times I came out in rhymes, mad that I couldn't record it. Sex, money, drugs, I need all three. The life that I live 3D, the shit that you see on TV. I say that I live my movie, I might make a DVD. The shit that we see daily, you see it on BBC.
I'm gonna stay for
Free radicals are everywhere.
one more bowl pack. Just one. Hold on. I hear this. Hold on. Interesting. Who is that? Okay. Okay, I hear that too. I'm not mad. Those are all great. Hi, baby. You doing nappy? And then there was okay. Let's do this one. First.
I ordered 200
Nope.
forged nut.
Try again.
My dorm room.
Rude. Goose. Whole energy is different now because there aren't daggers coming through the same way that they were earlier. I felt that. And still some little jeepers peepers, creepers, not relevant. I felt it though.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Why does every love song remind me of you? Why can't I make my mind up and decide what to do? Try to write my songs, I always end up writing about you. I hope that you don't mind. Sometimes I think about you and wish I could press rewind. Whisper in my ear, she sent chills down my spine. Some people travel across the world and still don't ever find this thing we call love. Angel in my eyes, like you were sent from up above. Yeah, like you were sent from up above. Look, yeah, I catch myself staring, I hope you don't mind. Baby, I'm just taking time to thank God that you mine. So anytime you need, I'll come through. Nothing comes between, it's just me, it's just you. I never knew that love was so true. And if I had to tell the truth, girl, I never been in love before you. I'm the one for you, and that's for real. Never been in love, I never got the feel. A certain type of love you give to me, trust you give to me. This is just the way I feel. Baby, I'm the one for you, and that's for real. Never been in love, I never got the feel. A certain type of love you give to me, trust you give to me. This is just the way I feel. I think I love you. I think I love you.
Pretty boy.
I think I love you. I think I love you. Yeah. I think I love you. Oh. I think I love you. Yeah. Look, you remind me of summertime and ice cones, sunshine, beach waves, night shows, love songs. You the reason why I write those. You the reason why the heart emojis in my iPhone. Every king, you the queen. I swear that you the girl I used to see in my dreams. Back then, love was never my thing. See, I think I love you, I just don't know if I know what it means. But you take me to a place swear I never been. Let your guard down, you can let me in. When I'm feeling low, you my medicine. Make love till I give your ass a set of twins. I hope it never ends. Your loyalty never breaks, it never bends. It only feels right, so fuck staying up night. Maybe you should go pack your bags, come settle in. One for you, and that's for real. Never been in love, I never got the feel. A certain type of love you give to me, trust you give to me. This is just the way I feel. Baby, I'm the one for you, and that's for real. Never been in love, I never got the feel. A certain type of love you give to me, trust you give to me. This is just the way I feel. I think I love you. Hey, hey. I think I love you. Yeah. I think I love you. Oh, I think I love you.
Build a website.
This one too. Somebody's quite upset. Need to relax, my friend.
Lose my
This
mind.
is not a friendly friend.
Waking when the sun's down. Riding all these highs. Waiting for the calm down. Walk these streets with me. I'm doing decently. Just glad that I can breathe. Yeah. I'm trying to realize it's alright to not be fine on your own. Now I'm shaking, drinking all this coffee. These last few weeks have been exhausting. I'm lost in my imagination. And there's one thing that I need from you. Can you come through? Yeah. And there's one thing that I need from you. Can you come through? Ain't got much to do. Too old for my hometown. Went to bed at noon. Couldn't put my phone down. Scrolling patiently. It's all the same to me. Just faces on the screen. Yeah. I'm trying to realize it's alright to not be fine on your own. Now I'm shaking, drinking all this coffee. These last few weeks have been exhausting. I'm lost in my imagination. And there's one thing that I need from you. Can you come through? Yeah. And there's one thing that I need from you. Can you come through? Yeah. And there's one thing that I need from you. Can you come through?
Oh, the sparkles. The glitter noises. We love those here.
Oh.
And the flames. Can't be mad at that either.
Lying next to you, I gotta fly in the morning. Got me questioning get you. Hurts to see you laugh, cause I know I'm fucking miss that. How could I forget that? You made me feel alive. Forget the mother bitches, I would put them to the side. Girls in LA couldn't be more dry. Got some money, baby, you ain't even have to try. Now I'm running with you round these lands. Tito's in over dancing. It's a quarter after 3. Saying everything we need. Girl, it's hard to see me go so fast. Yeah, I get that. Times that we have so wild, can't forget that. Now I'm on a flight and my fears thinking about you. Hope you know you far, fuck anyone who doubts you. Life out in Cali, that's been great, I'm committed. You the only thing that makes me wish things were different. I might fly
Well, I
you
hope
out
everybody
with
has the
your
sweetest
ass
dreams. I'll be the sweet dream fairy tonight for you.
Girl, you be by my side.
Get love songs to put you to bed.
Put 'em to the side. Girls in LA couldn't be more dry. Got some money, baby, you ain't even have to try. Now I'm running with you round these lands. Tito's in over dancing. It's a quarter after 3. Saying everything we need. Maybe I'm stuck in the past, girl. Not willing to let it all go. You can't ignore the fact, babe. You made me feel alive. Fuck them other bitches, I would put them to the side. Shit's so real, baby. Look me in my eyes. Got some money, baby. You ain't even have to try. With you round these lands. Tito's in over dancing. Saying everything we need. Moment I was feeling like I had you. We don't wanna leave.
Be mindful, there's still X energy that's been trying to push its way through. I keep cutting cords and clearing space, but they keep trying to insert themselves. So just heads up on that energy. It's been present, trying to be at least, but no.
Go to website you.
No. Thank you. I heard this too.
You take the dark and call me out alone. I appreciate you all alone. I know how we got here. I know how we got here. I am the shadow, you're a passenger. I am the intake of breath, so sharp. I know you better.
I think I'm going to cap it right there, in fact. You know what? I'm not sure. Give it a second. Oh, you know what? I did hear 2 of these earlier. I hear that. Somebody's wanting me to eat. I will. Hear this one?
You have my heart, we'll never be worlds apart. Maybe in magazines, but you still leave a scar. Maybe 'cause in the dark, you can't see shining cars. That's when you leave me
Skeller. I got the same kind of anxiety about plane crashes just before a bunch of plane crashes. The big one happened and then a couple of smaller ones right in a row in the news a couple of years ago. So I heard that. It's like a real life episode of a real life. Thank you. Yeah. Final Destination, yeah, kind of. Except I wasn't on it, I just saw it. I got some similar downloads about cruise ships before a whole bunch of stuff happened. A weird uptick. Like, sometimes things happen on the sea, but it was constant, and it wasn't just like accidents and assaults. There were some of those. Some of it was like people going over, and then it was just wild. All of a sudden, a huge upswing. Sometimes we pick up stuff when we're sensitive. I heard the same thing. Okay, hold on. I was getting ready to sign off, but I gotta download that. Maybe we'll do a little bit of yoga for a few minutes. Maybe half an hour-ish, give or take, before I head out. Just kick it for a little bit longer. Unless you have obligations or need to sleep, please don't feel like you have to stay, anybody, okay? But I'm being called to just hold space for a bit longer. I'm going to change out of this though, so I can have a bit more freedom to move. Let's do this one. I heard this earlier.
Not that. Check out.
Actually, maybe we'll wait on that one. Could do one more. This was the first, you know what? He's laying on the second one right there. Like the softer version of it. This was the first movie that I took my daughter to. Okay. Let's do, this is a new one. I haven't heard this one. It's a true crime. I don't know if this is going to be up your alley, Bri, or not, but it sounds like a bratty teenager who went on a villainous tantrum. This is a true crime story, though, so obviously it didn't end well. Maybe we should get snacks. Fish are friends. What would your sushi bowl say to that, though? Or the sardines? I'm sure your tomatoes would be awfully lonely without their other companion. Tomatoes. I mean, sardines, right? Hey, I saw all kinds of sardine content is popping up on my feed lately, and I think it's because of you. I'm not mad. But I saw this girl try to, I don't know, like she's like, yeah, I saw that it was healthy, and so I saw that it was healthy too, and so she's like, I'm gonna just try to eat it, and so she kept trying to pair it with things, but she put it with like a piece of avocado. I'm like, girl, if you feel like it's all bland or like avocado probably wouldn't be it. It sounds like you need to season it. And then she put on something else, but it was all very bland, kind of basic, mild stuff. I'm like, it sounds like you need some hot sauce to me. I don't know. And some salt. Just a pro tip. Maybe. Maybe you have COVID.
Been brewing, not just within the family's home, but deep inside Scott's mind. And let's just say that, as a result, this story will be sure to divide you. Welcome back to Coffee House Crime, folks. My name is Adrian, and this is a wild story about a man who will either be called an evil monster or a vulnerable kid who never received the help he needed. Oh, and by the way, this channel is ran just by myself and two good friends. There are no corporations, no Netflix studios, and absolutely no AI slop. Just a small team that values real stories told properly. So, if you want to support channels like this one, then please do consider subscribing and maybe even dropping a comment for the algorithm. Thank you. And now, with that said, please grab yourself a coffee and let's caffeinate while we investigate. This is the case of Scott Kologi. But before we begin our story today, please be honest with me here. How are you listening to this episode right now? Is it maybe with a phone on the counter while you cook, an earphone hanging on for dear life, or maybe a laptop speaker's doing overtime? Because apparently, more than half of you listen in with either a mobile phone or a tablet. But are you listening with good audio quality? Whether you're someone who likes YouTube videos, podcasts, or simply music, you will know that audio quality really description, or go to buyraycon.com/coffeehousecrime. Close-knit be carved into its history. Among the many families who called Long Branch home was the Kologi family, and by all accounts, they were normal, warm, close-knit, and deeply loving. Their home, which was found on Wall Street, was the kind of place where family birthdays were celebrated big, Christmas was magical, and Sunday dinners were sacred. The family consisted of two parents, Stephen Kologi Sr., aged 42, and Linda Kologi, aged 44, and together, they were the kind of parents that most kids would be sincerely lucky to have. They were supportive, attentive, nurturing, and endlessly devoted to their kids. Between the two of them, they raised 4 children, that being their eldest.
You don't have to apologize. Honestly, I thought it was funny. At first, I thought it was like a fluke, but then it kept happening. I'm like, no. No, that's the thing. And it was funny. And then this girl popped up, and she just genuinely was like, I don't know, she was just having a little mukbang chat with the camera or something. And she just wanted to try them, and so she had all kinds of, all kinds of things. I don't even remember exactly what to put on them, but it was all very basic stuff. I'm like, ma'am, you need some flavor in your life. Somebody's laughing. I'm serious. I don't know if it'll pop up. I found it. I think this is it.
I heard.
Okay, here. Okay, she had like a saltine cracker and a cucumber, and I mean, she did have some chili sauce, and she had a bit of onion, but the things she was trying were like avocado, cucumber, saltine. I'm like, if you want flavor, I understand why you think it has no flavor. I thought it was funny though. And so I sat here and I watched almost the whole thing. I'm not mad. Thought it was funny. Thought of you. I'm trying to get it.
I heard sardines are so good for you and keep you feeling so full, so I decided to make my own sardine snack. Mustard and hot sauce on the side in case of an emergency. I didn't like grow up eating sardines or nothing like that, and I didn't even know what they really tasted like, so I was like, let me try it, and they wasn't bad, but I can't understand how some folks might be like, damn, I want some sardines. So first I tried it with a cracker, some red onion, sardine, and a little bit of yellow mustard, and I don't know. And then I saw some of y'all putting chili oil on your boiled eggs, and I'm a sheep, so I tried it too, and I still don't know. Sometimes the things that are good for you are just not so bussin'. I put a sardine on top, put it in my mouth, chewed and swallowed because I didn't really know what else to do. Cucumber, sardine, red onion. So the thing is, like, it's not nasty. It's just very fresh and plain tasting. If y'all have a special way y'all do this, let me know. Help me out. Now I'm gonna try it with some avocado. Also, there's salt, pepper, garlic seasoning on everything on the plate, basically.
I guess she doesn't salt, but
Again, I'm speechless. Cracker, avocado, red onion, cucumber, sardine, hot sauce. I must say I am tremendously underwhelmed.
yeah, she did put
I was
hot
really
sauce
looking
on
forward.
there. I don't know. Maybe you don't like sardines, girl. I thought it was funny. I don't know why. I would have been happy with the vegetables alone. You know, sometimes you have dark energies, or even just like your subconscious working things out in your sleep. Not everybody gets prophecy dreams, and not everybody gets them all the time, but yeah, your sleep processes the subconscious, and it ties to the spiritual plane. There's a reason that, like, you and I had a very similar dreamscape the other week, and it was about a warning about like exes trying to come back, and you know, you have a dream about whatever kind of accident or incident there was, and then things like that happen. There's a reason for that. But I also actively work to lucid dream myself. Like, I've worked to regulate that myself over the years and learn to do that. And then I also work with the holy angels to guard and shield and protect and guide, control sleep space in a positive way. Of course, not inhibiting freedom of movement, but giving that safely, and then blocking any negative energies or entities from trying to interfere with that. Oh, that could be a past life dream. Hold on. House with no windows. Dual staircase. Sardines, tomatoes, salad, olive oil, balsamic, vinegar, Tabasco. Salad like lettuce, you mean? Oh wait, isn't that like... No, that's close. Oh, hold on. Isn't that Caesar? No, that's anchovies. Anyway. To the lady who needs a recipe. Yeah, sometimes, Bri, also, like, I had dreams like that growing up too when I was little. And I remember asking my mom, why do I crying, why do I keep having this dream over and over again? But she was Christian, so she doesn't believe in past lives. She didn't have an answer for me. Now as an adult, I know. No, baby. My little monkey was getting into things. I love you though. Sweet dreams, Joe. Long live Cheesecake Brigade. I hope that you have a good day tomorrow and get some rest, okay? I'm actually going to clock out here pretty quickly. You know what I'm hearing though? Speaking of Cheesecake Brigade, it's called caramel. I hear it in my ears clairaudiently. It's very pretty. And honestly, I feel this one. Like the lyrics, those ones, they hit. Hi, baby. Catch you next time. Thanks for being here. Mommy's sleepy. Ready for bed? Silly boy. Yoga first.
Count me out like sirens, babe, I'm for the good times. Right foot in the roses, left foot on the landmine. I'm not gonna be there, tripping on the grapevine. They can sing the words while I cry into the baseline. Let me out like Prada, devil in my detail. I swear it's getting harder, even just to exhale. Back to busy corners, bitter in the lens. I'm sick of trying to hurry it every time they take mine. So stick to me like caramel. Walk beside me till you feel nothing is worth. Is it going good in the garden? Sandless, but I beg nobody. Up on the dice below on the cards. I try not to talk about how it's hard now. Kinda getting nervous on stage, taking sideways. Some of your bizarre getting worse every time they try to show my real name just to get a rise from me. Acting like I'm never stressed up on the hearsay. Guess that's what I get for trying to hide in the limelight. Guess that's what I get for having 2020 hindsight. Everybody wants eyes on them, I just wanna hear you sing that song. I understand, but I'm still glad you came. So let me see those souls. Stick to me like too empty, got bitter over it all. Too old to retaliate like before. Too blessed to be caught ungrateful, I know. So I'll keep dancing along to the rhythm. This stage is a prison, a beautiful nightmare, a war of attrition. I sleep when I'm falling, the deepest incisions. I thought I got better, but maybe I didn't. This stage is a prison, a beautiful nightmare, a war of attrition. I'll take what I'm given, the deepest incision.
I heard this one earlier too. I wasn't going to play it, but let's just do it while we're here. Last one. Before I hit that true crime.
I stare at my reflection in the mirror. Why am I doing this to myself? Losing my mind on a tiny error. I nearly left the real me on the shelf. No, 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 no. Just be true to who you are. Brushing my hair, do I look perfect? I forgot what to do to fit the mold. The more I try, the less it's working. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause everything inside me screams no, 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 It's okay not to be okay. Sometimes it's hard to find everybody's bruising. There's nothing wrong with who you are. Yes, those egos, fake shows, like one. Just go and leave me alone. Real talk, real life, good love, good night. With a smile, that's my home. No.
I need you to move because I can't.
It's okay not to be okay. Sometimes it's hard to follow your heart. There's something you're losing. Everybody's losing. Just be true to who you are. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Honey, baby. Honey, come here. Come.
That
Whoops. Okay, I need more weed, first of all. There's a commercial set, so it's okay. I'll give it a second.
and their 2 younger sons, Stephen and Scott. But the family did not stop there, because Linda's younger sister, Michelle, and her husband, Richard, both lived downstairs in the basement apartment. Meanwhile, the family grandfather, also named Adrian, and his long-term partner, Mary, were always found to visit the property on most days of the week, especially when it came to holidays and celebrations. It was a house that was full of life, and, by most appearances, full of love. But saying that, in that warmth lived someone who was quite undeniably different. You see, Scott, who was one of the youngest of the children, had been diagnosed with development issues at a very young age. And so, with these additional challenges, he attended a special education school which was tailored to helping students who needed that extra hand. And so, as a result, his social world was, unfortunately, incredibly small. You see, he never really spoke to any children outside of his family, and even when he did, he struggled to relate to them. Looking back, actually, I think one of his older brothers described it perfectly. Scott just didn't act like any other 16-year-old. Not only was he supposedly innocent, sheltered, and isolated, but he still believed in Santa Claus and would sleep in his parents' bedroom every night. Now, naturally, this meant that both of his parents were extraordinarily protective, especially his mother. I mean, not only would Linda dress him every morning, but she would even cook him separate meals just to his liking and monitor him very carefully. However, love, as deep as it ran in the family home, was simply not enough to hide their concerns, because deep down and underneath the surface, there were unspoken fears. You see, the family had long suspected that maybe there was something more going on with Scott. And I'm not talking just simple development delays here. I'm talking about something far more worrying. Now, this manifested in very strange ways because, at least in Linda's mind, it was likely the possibility of a tumor. And although it was never diagnosed, she still believed that maybe that was the cause for all of these additional weird behaviors. What doctors would later determine was that Scott likely fell heavily on the autism spectrum, and his symptoms were pretty obvious too. He showed strong obsessive-compulsive tendencies, had difficulty interpreting social cues, and emotionally, well, he just seemed to live in an entirely different rhythm. Scott could be incredibly flat at times too. He could be quiet and serious, but always gentle and always passive. It is worth noting here that no one had ever seen him act violently, not once. As for his behavior and how people outside of the family saw him, well, they all said that he was polite, calm, and basically invisible to outsiders. And that's because his world would revolve mostly around books, television, video games, and family. And that was basically it. And although he wasn't that emotionally expressive, he did seem to love his parents and all of his siblings. From the outside looking in, the Kaloji family were doing everything right for Scott. They gave him structure, affection, and, importantly, protection from the outside. However, what they didn't know is that while the Kaloji family were wrapping Scott in this warmth, his inner world was unfortunately growing cold. And what no one seemed to realize, or perhaps even refused to face, was that something was shifting deep within him. Over the years, the signs had subtly increased. You see, Scott had started experiencing hallucinations. Strange thoughts began to take shape, and he talked about disturbing urges that he didn't know how to control. You could describe them as visceral feelings which he couldn't explain. Now, the family would chalk most of this up to just Scott being Scott with his general quirks, and they would even hope that eventually he would grow out of it. However, the reality was far more dark and far more sad, and while the Kaloji family smiled and persevered on, Scott's mind was slowly unraveling. In the years leading up to 2017, Scott had started to think about hurting people, and I'm not talking about just in passing or in fleeting moments of frustration with someone, but seriously, deliberately, and without any reason whatsoever. And most chilling of all, these feelings were consistent. In fact, for most of 2016 and 2017, Scott had even been fantasizing about hurting his family. And these were not just violent passing thoughts either, but methodical conversations that Scott would have with himself. His aunt, Michelle, would later admit that whenever Scott was having a bad day, he would say things like, I have bad thoughts. And when she would ask him what he meant, he would tell her that he was thinking about hurting people. Understandably shaken by this, Michelle would often confront her sister, Linda. She begged her to seek help for her son, either by speaking to a doctor or taking him to a therapist. But unfortunately, Linda would always refuse these offers, and instead would simply brush them away as if they weren't an issue. It is hard to tell why precisely, but the main theory is that she simply didn't want to see Scott as someone who could possibly be so dangerous. In fact, she would even take it one step further with Michelle when she told her not to tell anybody else. Not the school, not the doctor, and certainly not the authorities. Because if somebody outside of the family actually realized what Scott was thinking, well, he may be questioned, institutionalized, or even taken away. Now, Linda was not malicious in her intentions here. You could tell that she deeply cared about her son, and all she wanted to do was protect him. But tragically, she also believed that love alone would solve all of his problems. Now, apparently, at one stage, Scott had even asked his mother if he could speak to the school psychologist because he was having violent thoughts about hurting the kid next door. And Linda's response, well, unfortunately, she flat out refused. Not only that, but she even banned Scott from speaking to the therapist again. And that consistent decision, which, by the way, was made from a place of pure and innocent maternal love, may have been the curse that sealed the family's fate. The thing is that Scott's thoughts were not merely impulsive or passing, but they were persistent obsessions. He also confided in both his aunt and his grandfather about this, but again, no one raised the alarm. In fact, his family even bickered about this from time to time, and that still didn't go anywhere. For example, in October of 2017, Jonathan texted his mum to say, "Adrian says that all Scott talks about is killing people. It was just another chilling warning." But unfortunately, Linda still didn't act. Instead, she hoped that this was a phase or a dark joke or even just a weird teen thing. And it appears that even Scott would try to pass it off this way too. For example, it was during a family board game that October that he picked up a small gun-shaped object before then pointing it towards his aunt and uncle and saying, "I'm going to kill you." They laughed about it, but quite nervously, because, well, what else are you gonna do? But the terrible thing is that Scott was not actually joking, and his thoughts were not mere fantasies anymore either. And that's because not only had he started hallucinating, but he seemed to be planning things in his mind too. Now, here is a very interesting part of the story, but Scott would also often talk about these strange, reoccurring visions. And one of the most terrifying details of this included Scott often seeing a pinkish blob staring at him from the neighbor's window, kind of like a ghost or a figure, but without a face. Unfortunately, it didn't stop there either, because Scott would also tell his parents that he often saw a transparent woman floating into the ceiling. He would also see faces appearing all over his bedroom walls, and voices were always whispering to him from the stairway. Really terrifying stuff, and things that would be sure to leave me feeling like I'm in an endless nightmare. There is something that I'd like to share with you here. There's an Instagram account that I randomly came across the other day, and no, this isn't a sponsor, by the way, but the user, Sorad Magical, has tried to imitate what it's like to live with hallucinations and schizophrenia. It is genuinely insightful, and from this reel, you can even gather what it's like for Scott too.
Every time I opened that spreadsheet, my soul left my body. I had that too, but I switched to pipe drive.
This is how I always pick.
There's a commercial. Let's skip it. Shall we? Next.
This chicken again, you need to pick up cat and don't forget. We already have just baskets of water is really pretty weird. The wings are in memory. Christmas.
With everything said, it is clear to see that Scott's internal world was fracturing. And for whatever reason, the people around him were slowly becoming threats in his own mind. As a result, Scott had become paranoid and even convinced that others might hurt him. A school evaluation would eventually suggest that Scott possibly might have ADHD and maybe even some kind of brain anomaly. However, nothing came of it, and to be honest, I think that diagnosis was probably a little too weak. The Kaloji family continued to care for Scott at home. However, they didn't push for any further psychiatric evaluation, and that is probably because they did not want to believe what might be happening to their son. But sadly, the signs were all there. Now, quite curiously, the Kaloji family even had a history of mental health issues. For example, the grandfather on one side of the family was diagnosed with schizophrenia. Meanwhile, a grandmother on the other side was diagnosed with a personality disorder. In fact, even Scott's sister Brittany had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. It was all around them, but strangely, Scott was never diagnosed. By the end of the year, Scott was still deeply paranoid, deeply obsessed, and still slowly sinking. Yet, to the outside world, everything still seemed fine. And that included that fateful day of December the 31st, 2017. So, it was on this day that the family were quite naturally planning their New Year's Eve celebrations, just like they did every year. And there was no change to this year either. They all decided to have their usual family gathering. It was a full house that day, including Stephen Sr., Linda, Brittany, Jonathan and his girlfriend, Aunt Michelle and Uncle Richard, Scott's grandfather Adrian, and Adrian's companion Mary Schultz. There were 3 generations of the family here, all with party hats and party drinks, and food which had been laid out in the kitchen. It was the kind of night where you'd take plenty of pictures. Except, by the end of this one, well, you better hope that none were taken. Upstairs, Scott was planning something else. At around 7:30 p.m, and while his family started their party downstairs, he pulled out his phone and made several searches on the internet. This included, can a bullet from an AK-47 pierce body armor, terror attacks, and preparation theme music? After that, he began to read an article about the 2017 London terror attack, before then moving on to flat earth conspiracy theories. It seems that Scott was not acting on impulse here. Instead, he was mentally preparing and calibrating. Unfortunately, it just so happens that night, the family home contained an American-made semi-automatic AK-47. The gun belonged to Scott's older brother, and although it was typically kept away in a locked safe, it unfortunately wasn't on this particular day. In the months and years leading up to this tragic event, the safe had slowly begun to rust away, and so the AK-47 had been moved into a nearby closet. Not only that, but the ammunition was both nearby and ready, and Scott knew exactly where everything was. Actually, it turns out that Scott had been obsessed with this weapon for weeks. Throughout December, he had watched multiple YouTube videos about AK-47s, studied how to handle them, and even learned about what attachments could be used. It is clear that he had grown fascinated, and now, the moment had arrived. At some point during the evening, Scott quietly slipped away again, before then heading upstairs and retrieving the rifle. He then loaded it with bullets, armed himself with a second magazine, and then even put in foam earplugs for his own protection. He then slipped on a black jacket, put on some sunglasses, and then just stood there in the darkness with all of the lights off, waiting for anyone to come upstairs. It was only a few minutes before midnight that Linda headed upstairs to get her son. The turn of the new year marks a significant milestone, so it makes sense that she wanted him to be there with the rest of the family. But sadly, by then, Scott had already made his mind up. The very moment that Linda opened that door and, without a word, Scott turned around towards her and opened fire. Neighbors later reported hearing what they described as popping sounds just before midnight. However, These were not fireworks. Linda was struck multiple times at close range. Seconds later, she collapsed just outside of Scott's bedroom, bleeding out in the upstairs hallway of her own home. Severely wounded, her final moments alive were likely filled with confusion, pain, and heartbreak. Moments later, Scott's father, Stephen, ran upstairs to find out what was going on. And of course, what he found at the top of the staircase was beyond comprehension. Scott then raised the rifle and fired multiple bullets through Stephen's chest, abdomen, and head. He died instantly. Downstairs, chaos erupted, and family members and guests who had been partying only moments earlier were now scattering in panic. Scott's aunt and uncle sprinted for their lives, diving into the basement before then escaping out the back door. This, of course, saving their lives in the process. As for Scott's older brother, Jonathan, he burst through the front door and then ran into the night, horrified. Meanwhile, his girlfriend ran into the kitchen in search of shelter. Inside the kitchen, she found Brittany, Scott's sister, Adrian, and Mary. And it's clear that none of them had any time to process what was going on, because none of them thought about running out the back door. Meanwhile, Scott himself was making his way downstairs with the rifle in his hands. Those still alive described his demeanor as stern and emotionless. He didn't scream, rant, or even say anything. And behind those sunglasses, his face was blank and cold. The very moment he entered the kitchen, he found Mary, and unfortunately, he was not prepared to give her mercy. After shooting her in the abdomen, Mary collapsed on the kitchen floor, and tragically, she too would die from that wound. Nearby, Scott raised the weapon at his sister's face and then pulled the trigger. Brittany was hit once in the face and once in the chest, and she died almost instantly too. In what was later calculated as just under 2 minutes, Scott Kologi had murdered 4 people, that being his mother, his father, his sister, and a beloved family friend. But then, all of a sudden, and surprisingly, Scott suddenly stopped. Standing in the same kitchen where he had just murdered his sister, his grandfather, Adrian, stood there just entirely dazed. Apparently, when he saw the pain in his grandfather's face, it pulled him out of his daze. And so, whether it was a moment of clarity or a break in his twisted logic, that is when Scott decided to lower his weapon and finally end the killing spree. In total, 14 shots were fired, and just as quickly as it began, when all was said and done, Scott simply put the rifle on the ground and then calmly walked back upstairs. Meanwhile, outside, Jonathan had already run to a neighbor's house and dialed 911, and now sirens could be heard approaching in the distance.
Attention all staff supervisors, 635 Wall Street. 635 Wall Street, cross through Oakwood and Long Branch. Full shooting, scene is not secure.
Thankfully,
You can't play me, bring me in, don't try and take me. It's time to put yourself first, don't stop it.
No, man.
Figured I'd use the time to be productive, though. Hold on. Let's see. Guess I didn't read those cards from earlier. It's also, I just noticed 11:11 on the clock here on the East Coast. He warned them. Yeah. Our souls knew before we did. This is what Divine Masculine wants to say to Divine Feminine. For one more day, I'm not afraid to fall. And then also flexing. So he's wanting, I don't know, something about like showing off. He's wanting to, not show off, but like, yeah, I guess kind of like show her. I just heard like getting all dolled up, but like for men. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Let us blend into one, Divine Feminine says. I want to touch every part of you.
I'm proud of you. Whoa, stop running. I want you so bad. You were in my dreams last night. So the Divine Feminine knows. She knows what this connection is. She knows she might even have like remember past lives and stuff like that. Also, that's sometimes very hard for people who, it's like one person, it's like two people coming into a new life together from a past life, and they still have the love between them, their souls recognize and what have you, but sometimes people get stuck in ego and fears or whatever it is, and I've seen it before, and they shut it down. And so basically it's like one person wakes up from, or doesn't have amnesia, spiritual amnesia, so to speak, from a past life, and then the other does. It's not always, and I'm not necessarily picking that up at all in this case. However, that has been a thing in the past before, and look, this Divine Masculine presently saying, well, good for me, because they might have fumbled and didn't realize what they had when you were right in front of them, but I do, pretty much. So, you were in my dreams last night. So she knows the depth of this connection. It is a deep connection. Let's teach the world how to love. I picked up a download about this today too. It's like also if there is a fan base from one, when they come together as a couple, you know how like celebrity couples, sometimes people make up, their fan base will make up little nicknames for them or whatever the case may be. I'm not necessarily picking up nicknames, but it's that type of a fan base. They just love the couple, and they love the love between the couple. Now be mindful of people like, well, Haley Baldwin, who was a Selena Gomez fan and was a Jelena fan, and then wanted to become Selena, meaning dating the guy, being on the magazine cover instead of carrying around a photo of Selena Gomez in front of, or a magazine with Selena Gomez on it in front of the paparazzi, which there are photos of, by the way, as well as her stalking them to many different events long before she was even old enough to like date or whatever. But so she's planning this when she was a teenager. It was crazy. If you didn't know, you know now. I'm not talking about that, but be mindful of those Jezebel Delilah spirits, because sometimes people want somebody just because somebody else has them. It's the same reason that somebody will try to break up a relationship, but then once they do and they're with that person, they'll treat that person like trash. Sometimes it's because it was just about like the thrill of the chase. Sometimes I saw somebody in like when I was in college. She specifically would target men who either had young babies or who had pregnant wives, or who were like recently married, or in settling in a relationship. It was like she would target specifically unavailable men, and I think partially that's because she didn't have to commit fully or something like that. I think also she just enjoyed like being the other woman, or like thinking she was powerful and breaking up connections when really she was just exposing weak men. Do you know what I mean? Like you didn't take anything but a problem from somebody at that point. But anyway, those people aren't worth keeping. I'm dealing with my karmic. Divine Feminine says their karmic energy is trying to pull on my energy, and to know that, or they've been trying to cause problems, but they don't matter. Just keep going. Because what's on the other side of that, I'm hearing a Divine Masculine say, I'm going to help you. Also, he's saying there's no reason for you to struggle through that or go through that alone. Not only should you not be dealing with that alone, should you not have to deal with that alone. This is what I'm hearing. But he says, I can help you get through it faster and better and more efficiently, or avoid certain pitfalls or problems altogether than you would be able to by yourself. So if that leads us to, wow, look at the back of this candle. Look, if that leads us to these comfy, cozy little, we can hang out in front of a fireplace and just chill.
and relax. If it leads to that type of a vibe, then so be it. It's worth whatever it takes to get us there, because on the other side of that, yeah, I hear Caramel by Sleep Token again. Haters in the bleacher seats, they're not relevant. They wanted to try though, or they have been. It's you, it's always been you, but Divine Feminine says they don't matter. We do. Divine Feminine and Masculine do. And so as far as this couple energy goes, it doesn't have to be one or the other who has a fan base. It could be both of them, but there's a merging of a fan base. And there's something about both of them, no matter where this is coming from, for those that this applies to, the fan base loves the love that they share and loves the love between them. While there will always be devil energies hoping, wishing, wanting to try to tear connections apart, a lot of people are really inspired by this. For starters, awaken. Like, transforms people's perspective of what love is and could be, and so they stop settling for shit. Or at least they're aware of something better, different, higher, divine. Together we are stronger. In my ego, right? So there's something about there's a flame that cannot be extinguished. Let's assist by awakening those around us. There's an ego-based energy, and they've been targeting in some cases. I do know that it's left some of the feminines, myself included at some points, feeling like they have to guard themselves, or at least kind of shield, which has been true, in regards to cases where you've got people vying for affection, attention, where it's not reciprocated, or it's dangerous, toxic, or abusive even. But it's definitely hard to bridge healthy connections in that space, so it's important to open and heal to both. Hello. Hi, Coconuts, how are you?
Scene with their weapons drawn. As they advanced, one officer shouted, "Police, show me your hands." And from the stairway, a calm voice could be heard saying, "I'm upstairs." Scott emerged onto the landing with both of his hands visible. He then gave himself up without resistance.
Police say a family New Year's gathering turned into a quadruple homicide around 11:45 last night. Neighbors heard the gunshots from down the street.
I came outside last night about midnight to look and see what was going on. I'm pretty sure that was gunshots. So I looked outside before a cop down here, cop down there, lined up around the street.
The Monmouth County prosecutor says a 16-year-old fatally shot his mother, 42-year-old Linda Kaloji, his father, 44-year-old Steve Kaloji, his sister, 18-year-old Brittany Kaloji, as well as a family friend, 70-year-old Mary Schultz. This is a photo of the Kalojis and their 4 children in happier times. The prosecutor says the grandfather and a brother were in the home, but unharmed. The prosecutor says the suspect used a Sentry Arms semi-automatic rifle, and a family member legally owned the gun.
We will be charging this individual with 4 counts of murder and 1 count of possession of a weapon for an unlawful purpose.
Scott's actions not only ended the lives of multiple family members, but also ruined New Year's Eve for thousands in Long Branch. I mean, the shooting was quite simply unbelievable, and as those details trickled out to the community, well, they all felt shocked and distraught. However, before any of that happened, and while the community was still out there celebrating New Year's Eve, Scott had finally been arrested. I know this is going to anger some of you here, but despite his age, Scott waived his Miranda rights away and even agreed to speak to detectives without a lawyer. I think whether you're innocent or morbidly guilty, everyone will always agree that you should always obtain a lawyer first. Except Scott here. I'm pretty sure he had no idea what he was doing. Now, in a cruel twist of fate, because Scott was still technically a minor, officers were still legally required to obtain consent either from a parent, which wasn't going to happen, or a guardian before they could begin. And tragically, the only available guardian that evening was Scott's older brother, 20-year-old Stephen, who of course had just witnessed him murder more than half of his family. What Stephen did next was incredibly brave, because not only would he agree to be Scott's temporary guardian, but he would even sit in during his interrogation. And I have to say, it was probably one of the most heartbreaking things I've watched.
You're either for Western civilization or you're against it. You must choose a side. Freedom or barbarism. Life or death. It's that simple. I say this to Muslims, Christians, Jews.
What? These AI commercials are so bad lately.
Well, deceased. How do you know that? I said, even though it felt like I wasn't doing this physically, I was still able to see everything, and I would see them moving, and I just kept firing until they stopped moving. And I would aim at the head and whatnot.
So you're aiming at their heads?
Yeah, when I saw they were still moving. Because, even though I was, in this, type of thing, I just didn't want them to be in pain at the same time.
All right, so let me rewind a little bit. So upstairs, your mom walks in, right?
Opens the door, she didn't walk in yet.
So the gun is loaded already?
Yes.
How many times do you shoot her?
I would say 5, 7 times.
Where do you shoot her at? What part of the body?
And then, the torso and chest.
All right, and then your father hears the shots and he comes up?
Yes, and then it was his back.
His back?
Yeah.
All right, and then you walk down the steps.
Yeah.
With a gun loaded, and you go in the kitchen.
Yeah, and then the rest.
How many times did you shoot your sister?
3 times.
Where did you shoot her at?
Well, she was sitting down, so it was kind of chest and everything.
And who's the other person you shot?
Grandmother.
Mary?
Yeah, chest region.
Chest region?
Yeah.
How many times did you shoot her? You
What kind of apple?
I believe.
4 times.
And I know, because I had the things in my ears, it was muffled, but, it was also because it wasn't there fully.
When you were loading the mags and when you were doing this,
I was, questioning it, but I just, couldn't stop. It was, something subconsciously, I had to do it.
Did you feel anger?
At certain moments, yeah.
Cortland? Either Cortland or Mac.
You said something before.
Which, by the way, Cortland's are crossover between a Macintosh and I forget another one. I love Cortland's. I might like them better than Mac's actually, but I really like Mac's too. Macintosh apples. It's apple season in Maine. I love it.
I knew I was doing it, just felt like it wasn't me.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, you knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
You know what time this happened at, right? Remember the time?
Oh,
it was around 12, because it was
before
yeah,
sure, New Year, right? So it was around, 11:30, 12, around there?
I would say 11:58, 59, something.
Did you do that on purpose?
What? I was thinking, around the time.
Happy New Year?
Yeah.
Type of? What time did you think of doing this? How long have you been playing this?
I don't know. But mainly today, I just saw,
were you thinking about it all day today?
Yeah, pretty much.
So you were thinking about going to get your brother's gun and shooting everybody up.
Yeah.
When describing the murders, Scott spoke to officers.
Cortland apple are blend of Macintosh and Ben Davis apple. So the hybrid combines the sweet tart flavor of the Macintosh, which I love, with the good storage qualities of Ben Davis. And I think actually that also might be why I really like the Cortlands, because Cortlands have that really yummy, they're kind of sweet, but they're also not too sweet. They've got that little bit of a tart bite, not as sour as Granny Smith apple. If you're an apple connoisseur, you know. Sounds like you might be up my alley. But you know how Macintosh apples, do you know Max? They bruise really easy. They're really soft. It's so easy to bruise them or whatever, and they get mealy really, really easily, right? Like if you leave them for too long, they're just gross, mealy. But the Cortlands, they're much denser and like harder. They're more like a Granny Smith apple, almost, maybe not quite as hard and like crisp when you bite into it. But the difference between a Granny Smith apple in like density and texture and like the feeling of the bite, they're closer to texture to a Granny Smith apple than they are a Macintosh are much softer and kind of like smushy. But yeah, that's the difference. And I guess they're called Ben Davis. That's what gives them more of like the bite of a Granny Smith, but the flavor of a Macintosh. It's a beautiful hybrid. I love it. Apple Fiend. Yeah. It's got the best of the both aspects because it's got such good flavor of a Mac, but it holds up really well. It cooks well too. You know how when you cook Macintosh, they turn into like applesauce? These don't. They cook more like Granny Smith. They have a bit of bite to them still. More. You can cook them down, but it would take a bit longer. Gala apples. Yeah, I'm not a big Gala. Honeycrisp, they're not, no, I like the Honeycrisp. I'm not, what are those called? The red, with the little 5-star bottom, big reds, or, I don't like those. I didn't like those as a kid either. No judgment to people who like their apples. Somebody said, you really are apple connoisseurs. Yeah, I don't like them. Red Delicious, yeah, I don't like them. Never like those. I don't know why. I don't think they're very delicious personally. No shade if you do. I'm glad that somebody does, but not me. You can have mine. You can have them. You can have my share. Back on track. I love our little apple sidetrack. What a wholesome side quest, though.
Extreme detail. He confessed everything both openly and honestly, and without any remorse whatsoever. Meanwhile, you can see his brother struggling with his own emotions and, of course, his monumental pain. Of course, Scott would then
We used to have an apple tree out front, actually.
story precisely how it was, that he'd been harboring violent thoughts for well over a year, and also that he wanted to inflict pain on his bullies, a neighbor who had allegedly wronged him, and even his entire family. When pressed about hallucinations or voices, Scott said that apparently he didn't recall having any that night. However, he did mention seeing a white light outside of the window before the shooting. Whether it was a hallucination, a firework, or simply a trick of memory, we can't quite tell. But what he did say with absolute clarity was that he already knew that what he did was wrong. And when detectives asked him why he didn't shoot the dog or the cat, Scott simply said that they were not doing anything wrong to him. He then followed up his answer by asking a question himself. That simply being, can I go to a mental hospital instead of jail, please? As Scott was led out of the interrogation room and then charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder, the questions surrounding this case only grew heavier. I mean, obviously he was troubled, and he had an extraordinary history of disturbing thoughts, so there was the argument of insanity here. But also, he was articulate, rational, and deeply aware, and so began a long legal, psychiatric, and moral war on what to do with Scott. But before I continue with this video, what do you think about Scott Kaloji? Do you think that he was this cold-blooded evil killer? Or do you think he was this vulnerable boy who was trapped inside a fractured mind? Well, let me tell you, this is actually the main reason I want to talk about this case today, because as tragic as this story may be, the psychology behind Scott's mind is truly fascinating.
Serving eastern, central, and Acadia regions of Maine, Smith Builders is your quality roofer. Locally owned and operated, we are
Rude.
GAF Master Elite certified installers, installing siding and gutters and offering unmatched roofing warranties for over 30 years. Call.
This is getting paid.
So, let's split this case into 2 very different professional perspectives. To begin with, Dr. Senior Santina is a forensic psychiatrist who evaluated Scott twice, once in 2019 and then again in 2020. Not only had she spent hundreds of hours with him, but she also combed through his records and studied his psychological history. Her ultimate conclusion was that Scott suffered from early onset schizophrenia, and that his descent into psychosis had started long before the night of the murders. It is noted that, as far back as his childhood, Scott reported perceptual distortions, shadowy hallucinations, and a constant sense that something was deeply off inside his mind. She also described how Scott had seen red demonic faces, floating women, and transparent figures that randomly appeared and then vanished inside his bedroom. Now, none of these things were passing nightmares or teenage anxiety, but instead they were, in her own words, odd perceptual experiences consistent with psychotic symptoms. And of course, there was also the voice that Scott heard, because at one point, he reported hearing that voice whisper, "Welcome to the side of evil." With all of this in mind, Dr. Santina believed that, on the night of the murders, Scott had entered a dissociative episode which detached him from reality. To her, this was the fractured experience of a schizophrenic mind, and not simply a cold-blooded murderer. She therefore testified that Scott was legally insane at the time of the killings, and that, furthermore, he couldn't distinguish what was right from wrong due to his psychosis. And of course, this meant that, under New Jersey law, he should not be held criminally responsible. To further support this conclusion, she pointed to a family history that was riddled with mental illness. All of the genetic pieces, in her view, were there, and the family's illness had simply
Please remember to pray. Do no harm, take no crap, and I will definitely catch you on the next one. Cheers. Blessings. And namaste. Thanks for being here, guys. And thanks for being you. Good chat.